USMTO orders in April were down from March. But you know what? That's not such bad news, and we'll tell you why in just a second. Hi, I'm Pat McGibbon, and I'm here to talk about the U.S. Manufacturing Technology Orders Report for April. April over March fell by about 21%, but we were expecting that. In fact, there hasn't been an April better than a March set of numbers in USMTO in over 5 years. It's just a part of our business cycle. Year to date though, first 4 months of 2017 versus the first 4 months of 2016, we were up 2.1%. We're finally seeing positive numbers. And we got that positive number because April over April of 2016 was up 12%. And that's significant because of this. The definition of an upturn after a long, prolonged downturn is 3 successive months of year-over-year increases. We had March higher than March of 2016. We now have April higher than April of 2016. And from everything I've heard, May is most likely going to be higher than May of 2016. And we have official declaration, according to statistical definitions, that our long 2-year downturn has come to a completed end. Boom. And that we're on our way back up. And that things will look pretty bright for the rest of 2017 and into 2018, based upon what some of our experts have been saying. Steve Klein, Alan Bellio, Greg Dacko from Oxford. But there's some numbers out there that help us along this way as well. Industrial production jumped last month. In fact, almost a full percentage point. And when you take the first 5 months of 2017 and annualize it, you're looking at a 4+% increase in industrial production. Now that doesn't sound like much, but you actually have to multiply that to get to what its impact will be on manufacturing technology orders. So we're looking at some really good single-digit, double-digit, low double-digit numbers for order increases 17 over 16 if industrial production continues along this pace. The Purchasing Management Index, we've talked about it almost every single month, and that's because it's such a good indicator about what's going to happen over the next 90 days in our markets. And it still remains over 50. It's at 54.8, and that's continues to be a very strong signal of expansion in the manufacturing sector. And besides PMI, one of the other really good indicators about people who will spend money is the consumer confidence level. And it's currently sitting at 97.1. That's up over where it's been over each of the last 2 months. And that's a great signal that people are willing to spend the money they have and maybe spend some of the money they don't have and borrow. But probably, if you were to talk about confidence, the one that jumped off the page to me was the Conference Board's CEO Business Confidence Index. Their headline on this month's release, highest level since 2004. That means the Business Confidence Index, their survey of CEOs, is higher than it was in 2007, when the last peak in our, 2 peaks ago in our industry, and higher than 2012, the last peak in the manufacturing technology orders that we experienced. So business confidence is higher than both of those and goes all the way back to 2004 to find a similar number. So breaking down USMTO orders into some of the demographics, the big winner last month was the South Central, basically the oil belt. Of course, when you talk about how low it's been for so long, just getting a fairly decent set of orders could make a jump, and it did. In fact, it was April orders for the South Central was higher than it was in March, and significantly higher than where it was in 2016. Bully to them. The West was really strong as well. When you talk about the industries, aerospace was the largest growing or fastest growing industry in our market. Auto industries had the most significant change downward from where it was over the course of the first quarter of 2017. And right there in the middle, still very hot, contract machining shops. It's still taking up over 25% of all the orders that are currently placed, and it is continually growing month over month since December. So some news from the field. I attended East Tech just a couple of weeks ago, and even though the registration numbers looked like they were fairly equal to where they were 2 years ago, I can tell you the foot traffic was considerably more dense than it was 2 years ago. And talking to members who were exhibiting there, they were feeling much better about the type of leads, and they were actually doing business on the floor. Both good signals that there is a pickup going on in New England, and I believe that translates to a pickup through most of the United States as well. Our FDI number, that is information we've received about announcements that companies in the durable manufacturing sector are going to either do capital equipment expansions or put in brand new plants. Again, hit another 90-day high. It was over $5.5 billion announced in the last 90 days, translated into more than 5,000 jobs. That's great news, a great signal not just for what's going on now, but these kind of announcements are really going to have an impact on our orders, and probably in the latter part of 2017 or early 2018. So we've got a lot of numbers from the business confidence index being at its highest level since 2004, about how well we're doing right now and in the short term. And we've got some really good numbers with the investment numbers coming in of new announcements that will have an impact on orders in 2018. These two things come together to say that we're looking at a pretty nice run over the course of probably the next 6 to 9 months. And hopefully, and I expect we will, be celebrating the official end to our 2-year downturn in manufacturing technology orders when we get together next month to talk about May USMTO orders.